Now, after FlexGE, where do you go? Most students who enter FlexGE are hoping to be admitted to BYU, and we love to be an option to help them prepare for that. Sometimes people have a misconception that they have to wait until they have 24 college credits before they apply to BYU, and that's not the case. However, if you do have 24 college credits, then you no longer have to submit your high school transcript. This is a great option if maybe your high school GPA wasn't that great. If you take 24 credits in FlexGE, that high school record is erased. It's also really nice if you're perhaps homeschooled and you're having a hard time documenting all of that high school experience. You could just do 24 credits in FlexGE and then you don't have to worry about that. You can see the averages there. The middle 50% of students admitted to BYU typically have a GPA between 3.6 and 3.9. That means 25% have below a 3.6. We recommend if you have at least a 3.0, that you give it a go and apply to BYU. Below 3.0, it's probably not going to happen getting admitted. But that's kind of that between 3.6 and 3.9 is kind of the sweet spot where you're going to want to aim for your FlexGE credits. I do want to talk about some things that FlexGE students can do to become ready for BYU, to become a better candidate for admission. BYU has something that's called the aims of a BYU education. And when you fill out the BYU application, there are several essays that you have to write, and the purpose of those essays are to see how prepared the applicant is in these areas, and they're areas that you can participate in some extracurricular activities and also your academics while you're a FlexGE student that will help round you out in these areas so that when you do apply to BYU, you'll have some great background and experiences that you can write about in those essays. Those four aims are faith, intellect, character, and service and belonging. And I want to talk a little bit about some things that you can do for each one. FlexGE students, to grow in the faith area, we recommend you take a religion class every semester. We recommend that you participate in your YSA ward, hopefully serving in a calling there. If your bishop doesn't give you a calling, go and ask for one. And we also recommend that you engage in personal worship activities like prayer, scripture study, and temple attendance. There is a question on the application, an essay question that asks why you want to transfer to BYU, and that is a great place where you can kind of share some of these your faith and why and how that has shaped your desire to attend BYU. Intellect is the next one, and for this we recommend you take substantial classes. We don't recommend you take all just fun classes. Don't do volleyball and swimming and rock climbing and just fun classes. It's good to have one per semester or so of a fun class, but have some substantial ones in there also. Some good general education classes. We recommend that you engage in the academic resources that are available to you to help you get good grades, and that includes the Student Success Center that I mentioned, the TAs, the library, and so forth. The next aim is character. And for this, we recommend that you embrace the BYU Honor Code. Sometimes students feel a little bit of resistance to this. We recommend that if you're feeling that way, that you try to work on your gaining, quote unquote, gaining a testimony of the BYU Honor Code. And that you also develop personal resilience, that you are able to bounce back from setbacks. And just the fact that you're here, if you applied to BYU and you're checking out FlexGE, is evidence that you have resilience, that you're willing to give it another try. And also that you develop self-reliance. This is a great way to learning how to take care of yourself as you leave home for the first time and go to college. Develop those skills of learning how to take care of yourself. And then finally, we recommend for service and belonging that you go to student activities and events. Find a group of friends and go to those activities, and that you engage in volunteer opportunities. There is a specific essay question that asks about volunteer work that you've done. And Why Serve is an organization at BYU that is just a big selection of volunteer activities that students at BYU can participate in. And it's an easy way to find a way to volunteer. And we recommend that you do something that is meaningful to you, that you care about. If you have a volunteer opportunity that is not through YServe, that's great. You don't need to do it through YServe, but YServe is a nice way to do it in partnership with other BYU students. And then we recommend that you participate as a member of a student organization. There are a lot of clubs and academic associations on campus. We especially recommend that you join one that's related to the major that you want to do or the career that you want to do. If you're interested in majoring in finance, there's a finance club that you can join. There's engineering clubs. There's dance clubs. There's lots of clubs on campus. And this is a great way to develop yourself in that area. Okay. If you end up not being admitted to BYU, or if you just don't really want to go to BYU, there are a lot of other schools you can go to. The 4 that we have listed here are the top ones that FlexGE students that don't end up being admitted to BYU end up at. Utah Valley, we have quite a few FlexGE students that go there. We recommend that if that's what you do, that you pay attention to those residency requirements if you're from out of state, and that you look at the general education requirements at that school and what your BYU classes will equal at that school. And our academic advisors are a great resource to help you plan that out.